Today we're talking about current correction. I will tell you exactly what will be happening with Bitcoin. We will also check out Bitcoin dominance. What is happening with Bitcoin dominance is unprecedented and very interesting. We've never seen this type of price action, if you can call it price, from Bitcoin dominance in the last year of this bull market. And we will discuss the arrest of the CEO of Godbit. Does this actually mean the end of the meme coin market at this stage, and why he was arrested from my point of view? And as a finalization, I will share real cult, and I will share how you can actually bet along with the whale, with the largest player, with the richest man on this earth, how you can actually make the same bet. This is a very rare situation where we can actually know the bet of the large player and make the same bet. Without further ado, like this video to not miss this content moving further, subscribe to the channel, and let's start. Bitcoin situation. I was wrong yesterday. We did not reverse from 61.6. We actually went down. I don't like the current structure. I don't like the volumes of the current structure. And to me, we are breaking down. Two scenarios that I'm seeing is that we should be moving lower to 60K, 60.4, right? And reversing from there. Or we actually might be revisiting 57K. At this stage, I would say that we might go to 57K because the funding on alts is essentially positive at this stage. There is also a chance we will just go higher, right? And your confirmation to long is around 63.2K level at this stage. Nothing is actually happening on the marketplace. The reason meme coins are pumping is because people who are holding alts are selling the alts into meme coins. We might be reversing higher from here, and your confirmation to long would be at 63.2K. From this level, you can essentially long with the stop loss below this level, the current level of $60,400 per BTC. I still do think we're seeing new all-time high for one Bitcoin this month. Let's see what will essentially the market bring. And with the meme coin situation, as mentioned, people are capitulating out of alts into memes, and people with stable coins, they are buying into meme coins at this stage. And this is why some of them are moving higher and going up currently. But I do expect to essentially a range of memes start to perform again if this wave will not essentially end currently. And I don't expect it will end currently, because I do expect we should be seeing a new all-time high for BTC this month. Very beautiful chart on Bitcoin dominance currently. This to me is a reversal pattern. We essentially are at a double top. Currently, I expect the continuation lower. I expect the continuation to 57%. Imagine what will be happening at 57%. And what is happening is that it's very important. Please pay attention. The first drop, the market was correcting here. The first drop, market was correcting here. BTC dominance was going down, which means that BTC is actually first drop right here. The market was correcting. Bitcoin dominance was going down as well, which means that people are selling the Bitcoin and buying into altcoins. Here, we were correcting during this movement, and BTC dominance was going down, which means that people were selling their Bitcoin and buying into altcoins. We had a reversal back then because the correction continued, and currently the same exact situation. Bitcoin is correcting and dominance is going down as well, which means that people are selling their Bitcoin and buying into alts at this stage, which is crazy if you would actually think about that. And now we will actually move to the topic of Godbit CEO. And what's interesting, what he was saying is that essentially, if we did not have ETFs, this is his words, we would see BTC at $20,000 at this stage, $20,000, following the price movement on altcoins, following everything that's happening on the marketplace, following the price movements of altcoins, following everything that's happening on the marketplace at this stage. Do you understand what type of present Bitcoin holders actually got with the ETFs, and how vastly they don't understand and how vastly they actually underestimate what is happening? They have the option to reposition from BTC into alts, not at like $20,000, $30,000. They have an option to do that at $60,000. The only reason for that is actually ETF, and this is exactly what is happening currently. BTC dominance going down on the correction signalizes that people are selling the Bitcoin and buying into altcoins. Meme coins are also altcoins, so it can definitely show the meme coin, like meme coin dominance is definitely included into others' dominance as well. Coming back to our CEO of Godbit, right? What we have here, Alex Andrunin. It's actually wrong, I think. Yeah, I think it's wrong. Like, it's not, there is no Russian last name like this. Others chart CEO of Godbit, a cryptocurrency market maker who lived in Russia and Portugal. He was arrested in Portugal on Tuesday. So FBI actually created a fake token, and I believe they onboarded Godbit as a market maker. They proved wash trading, and right now the CEO of Godbit is actually caged. He's in prison in Portugal and he's waiting extradition into the US. And I have some thoughts that I actually have to share on this topic, right? Because why do you think he got arrested, right? I think he got arrested because he knows a lot of people, because he knows a bunch of teams. It's like Wolf of Wall Street situation. I don't think like he will go to prison. It's definitely not in the habit of Eastern Europe and Russians to rat, right? But at the same time, most guys in crypto, he knows they're probably Western, so it's kind of fine with them because like they're not us, you might say, right? So I think that what will be happening and why they specifically targeted this person, there will 100% be like a bunch of work with the lawyers and things like that. But I think that eventually it might end up in him giving away some information about some people in the marketplace. And I think what it will lead to is largest tokens actually getting a lot of backlash in the marketplace. I'm thinking of bread currently and people around bread, right? I don't think that something like this will essentially end up very, very nicely for them. I would give them an advice to leave the US now. I would give them this advice, right? So this is something that will be happening. This is crazy, to be honest. And we'll kind of have this cleaning of meme coin space. The real question is whether or not we will be topping right now. It's very, very hard to say currently, right? I made a video yesterday where I said that I feel like meme coin top is soon. And this event, it definitely supports this claim because people will start to get exposed. Projects will start to go to zero. Anonymous founders will start to fade away. You will probably see quite a few of influencers out there fading away as well because of the things that they've done. This is a very, very interesting situation. Well, at the same time, I would love to be at the place of Alex Andrunin, because if FBI actually interests in you, you probably have a bunch of fucking money, right? FBI doesn't give a shit about me, right? It gives a shit about Alex Andrunin. A very, very interesting development of the events right there. So we will closely follow the situation, and I provided you with my overview already. I don't think that he will go to jail in the US. I think that some information will be shared, and I think that the purpose of FBI work there is specifically to get the information. I don't think that the charge is that serious, although it's financial crime in the US, right? And there are a bunch of fucking influencers in the US who are doing things way worse than Godbit, from my point of view, right? And let's come back to the topic I wanted to share, how you can actually bet on richest man alive and make the same bet, but only in the crypto markets. Let's quickly check out the initial part of this interview of Elon Musk with Tucker Carlson.
If he loses, man, what? You're fucked, dude.
I'm fucked. If he loses, I'm fucked.
It does seem that way. You can't just be like, yo,
Yeah, I'm like, how long do you think my prison sentence is going to be? Do you think? Will I see my children? I don't know.
Because it's not like you can say, well, yeah, I maxed out to him, but, you know, I get...
I have no plausible deniability. No, and I've been trashing Kamala nonstop.
So the thing here is that Elon Musk is all in on Trump. All in. Like, if other candidate wins, like, he's done. Like, 100%, most likely, he's essentially done. He's all in on Trump. And currently on the market, we have this interesting meme coin meta around cults. And as I shared in a video a couple days ago, I think this is the only real cult out there. You can even see the picture of a man on the dollar. It has a real figure. It's almost like divine figure because he actually was like, I think there were 2 assassination attempts already. So it's kind of like the story of Jesus. Like he actually was able to rebirth after the assassination, right? It's crazy. It's like the lore of this thing is crazy. And I do think that the market underestimates and does not understand what is happening. And I do think that even the main guru, the main influencer on this market currently, who is Murad, he's saying, I'm not buying into Politify coins, who is kind of the main person regarding the current meta, regarding SPX and things like that. And by the way, let's take a quick look at SPX. We had a crazy dump of 50% yesterday, and the dump was bought up. From my point of view, these are retail who are buying into this thing, right? And retail from the point of view of even retail VCs, like people that don't understand much about meme coins. I think we are already in the zone of liquidity creation. We might be seeing new all-time high from here. I'm not expecting a large new all-time high from here. And after that, I'm expecting a huge correction in terms of liquidity creation zone, like 100%. Probably even actually this level would be the level that we should be revisiting, coming back into this token. So coming back into Trump situation out there, right? So we have the meta of calls currently. We have the bet that you can take. The same bet as the richest man alive is actually going all in on. And this is why I want to actually focus your attention on this. That there is a very, very small amount of chances to be able to know in the first place what big players actually betting on and make the same bet. This is crazy good if you would actually think about that. This chart looks primed as well. It's like the kickoff of the pump of Giga, of Sigma, and actually andyonblast wise, we are in this situation currently, right here. I expect us to be currently in this situation, if you had any questions about that one, right? So this is actually crazy good to me. This is the cult. We have the politify narrative. And as a final nail in the coffin, what people think is that this thing will be dumping after the election. Imagine everyone is wrong. Imagine market is wrong one more time, as usual, right? This is where your like upside is. These are where the returns are. Market is wrong with Trump, specifically Trump coins, actually going to zero after the election, because he will win. In case he wins, right, these things, they will just skyrocket. People will think that they will probably have to dump, so I won't be buying into this thing. I do think that this thing actually has a very, very nice chance really turning into cult, because there's already Trump cult, and this is just this Trump cult on chain. This is like crazy good. So what you have current cult meta, you have politify, which should be craziest narrative in the upcoming months. What you also have, you have the same bet as the richest man alive is making. You can make the same bet currently, right? And you have the market that thinks that kind of does not want to buy this meme because the main influencer talks that I'm not buying into politify memes, the main influencer currently, right? And the market being wrong on the fact that this thing will dump to zero after the election. Because if the guy wins the election, this will just skyrocket. Especially in the situation where we are at the all-time highs per Bitcoin by the end of this month, right? Do you understand the size of the psyop? Do you understand how crazy good this bet is currently? I'm talking specifically about Trump, obviously, but all of the beta plays, they will essentially go high as well, because people will be greedy. But this is just crazy. Like, the trade that I think you should be taking currently is short SPX and long Trump. It will be the natural evolution of the current meta. Just see these flows, just see the energy, see how perfectly one actually translates into another. Current meta, I can feel the energy, I'm very sensitive to these things. I feel like people stop giving a fuck about SPX at this stage, right? I feel we maybe will have the last all-time high, all right, and then we will correct. Where the money from there are going to go? Where the money of Ethereum whales are going to go in 30 days before the election? With them constantly speaking and crying about cults. Cults. This is the only real cult out there with actual PvE scenario, with actual retail adoption. None of the coins that I mentioned yesterday are actually with PvE adoption, except USA, which is not pumping currently, right? This is crazy. Like, me just sharing this to you, I do think this is a crazy trade out there, crazy one. I don't have a position myself. I even didn't want to tell you about this because I don't have a position myself yet. I am positioned in some better place, as you know, but I do think that we might be going a bit lower from here, and that's why I'm not positioned at this stage. I also, like, ideally I would also want to leverage long this thing, so 3.4, 3.5 would essentially be my entry point. And I think you only have the option to own it on the MEXC, so I'm not sure what the available size of the position would essentially be there, right? Because the positions there are usually quite small, but this is the overview. This is my thought process. Let me know if you actually think I'm wrong. I think I'm right. I think this is just crazy. Like what is happening with this one and what will be happening moving further. I think this logic is flawless. I think this is the perfect thing in connection to the current meta and all the things that are happening. Crazy. This is just crazy to me. So this is something I wanted to share. Expect your favorite influencers to fade away, to be in jail quite soon. I wish all the best to Alex from Godbit. I do think that, yeah, mainly they just take him because they want to get some people in the industry. And I do think that there are some much worse people in the industry as well. Because like he's very public, like he's going on interviews in Russian speaking space, he's currently on interviews. If you would be scamming people, you would probably not be doing that, right, all the time. I do think they got him because they want some information. They want him to point fingers and tell about some people. And I do think that there is a chance that this will be happening. So to the guys in the US, you know I like you, they get the fuck out of the US. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Bye bye. Stay healthy and rich, guys. And free, out of jail.